May 14, 2017. Young Russian offered $15 million and U.S. citizenship in deep state plot against Trump. In what can only be described as one of the most terrifying treasonous acts against the American people in their entire nation's history, a new Foreign Intelligence Service (SVR) report circulating in the Kremlin today details that former Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) Director James Comey controlled a $173 billion deep state slush fund designed for the sole purpose of destroying President Donald Trump, of which, at least, $15 million was offered by the FBI to a young Russian man if he lied and said President Putin authorized a computer hack against the campaign of Hillary Clinton. According to this report, during this past week's meeting in the White House Oval Office, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov confronted President Trump as to why the U.S. mainstream propaganda media had not told the American people about the 26 April grave warning issued by Lieutenant General Viktor Posnyer, Deputy Chief of the Main Operations Directorate of the Russian Armed Forces, that the Operations Command of the Russian General Staff has concluded that the United States is preparing a nuclear first strike on Russia. In his stunning and shocking reply to Foreign Minister Lavrov, this report continues, President Trump related, and provided documents to support, that he had yet to wrest full control of his government from his deep state enemies, of whom, it was alarmingly revealed this past August, 2016, had disappeared, stolen over $6.5 trillion from the U.S. Department of Defense to finance their operations against him with. Heading the deep state intelligence operation to destroy President Trump, this report states, was Director Comey, who was given an astonishing $173 billion slush fund budget from these stolen $6.5 trillion monies, and through which he was able to provide payment to the vast Central Intelligence Agency (CIA) network that controls nearly all of the U.S. mainstream and that nation's academic institutions for their now hourly fake news, research articles and poll attacks against Trump. Central to Director Comey's main intelligence operation against President Trump, this report notes, was his creating of what is called the Russia hacking meme that describes an entirely made-up story that Russia hacked the 2016 U.S. presidential election to support Trump against Hillary Clinton, and an equally entirely made-up document called the Trump-Russian dossier that was created by an American political opposition research company named Fusion GPS and paid for by as yet unidentified Hillary Clinton supporters. Critical to note about Director Comey's Russia hacking meme, this report explains, was that it involved the computer servers of Hillary Clinton's Democratic Party, whose stunning contents were hacked and released by WikiLeaks, and that WikiLeaks to this day states Russia had not been involved with. The main, central problem with Director Comey's Russia hacking meme, though, this report continues, was that the FBI never examined the computer servers he claimed Russia hacked, with Hillary Clinton's Democratic Party saying the FBI never asked to examine them, and the FBI saying that they did ask for them but were refused. With the FBI, therefore, not being able to examine Hillary Clinton's Democrat Party computer servers, this report says, Director Comey then claimed that a Clinton-funded and supported private company named CrowdStrike, who said Russia hacked into these computer servers, was to be believed above all else, but whose claims of Russia hacking have proven to all be lies, and who are now refusing to cooperate with the U.S. Congress too. So completely discredited, in fact, was Director Comey's claim that CrowdStrike should be believed in their Russia hacking claims. This report details, one of the world's leading cybersecurity experts, Jeffrey Carr, scathingly rebuked him in a withering research document titled Can Facts Slow the DNC Breach Runaway Train? that smashed every single CrowdStrike Russian hacking claim, and wherein Carr stated, "The metadata in the leaked documents are perhaps most revealing." One dumped document was modified using Russian language settings, by a user named Kama, a code name referring to the founder of the Soviet secret police. Okay. Raise your hand if you think that a GRU or FSB officer would add Iron Felix's name to the metadata of a stolen document before he released it to the world while pretending to be a Romanian hacker. Someone clearly had a wicked sense of humor. With his Russian hacking meme falling apart, this report continues, Director Comey then set his sights on a relatively minor 29-year-old Russian hacker named Yevgeny Nikulin, whom the Federal Security Service, FSB, had issued an arrest warrant for due to charges that he had stolen $3,450 in a cyber theft scheme. In early October 2016, this report details, Director Comey discovered that Yevgeny Nikulin was in the Czech Republic and issued an Interpol Red Notice warrant for his immediate arrest on 5 October, and on 21 October had him indicted by a U.S. Attorney General in Oakland, California, charging him with hacking into American tech companies, and 6 days later, on 27 October, issued another series of secret charges against him no one is allowed to see. Armed with enough known and unknown charges to keep Yevgeny Nikulin jailed in the U.S. for hundreds of years, this report continues, Director Comey then ordered his FBI agents to go to the Czech Republic and offer this young man complete freedom by the dropping of all charges, giving him immediate U.S. citizenship, a free apartment for life, and payments equaling up to $15 million, and all he had to do was lie and say that he hacked Hillary Clinton's Democratic Party on the orders of President Putin. According to Yevgeny Nikulin's testimonial letter, shortly after President Trump was elected, Director Comey's FBI agents, on 14 November 15, 2016, and February 7, 2017, made this extraordinary illegal offer with his affirming under oath. I received a proposal from a gent. You will have to declare that you have broken Hillary Clinton's mailbox for Donald Trump on the orders of Vladimir Putin. You must agree to extradition to the United States. Here we will remove all the charges. We will give you apartment and money, American citizenship. I refused. Soon the interrogation was over. The agent said that they would still come. Pike, caught now between Russia and the United States deep state, this report says, Yevgeny Nikulin's own Czech Republic attorney, Martin Sadilek, has stated that these U.S. charges against his client are literally based on claims by FBI agents who have not provided any evidence to support them, and whose extradition hearing had to be postponed this week due to Nikulin not receiving legal documents he's entitled to in Russian, with the next hearing scheduled for 30 May under the tightest security the Czech Republic can impose. If the American people will be allowed to know the full truth of Director Comey's crimes against them on behalf of his deep state masters trying to destroy President Trump, this report sadly states, remains highly doubtful due to that nation's mainstream propaganda media never allowing these peoples to know the truth about anything, especially how a young Russian man named Yevgeny Nikulin was crying in a Czech Republic prison this past week in the arms of his mother after unwittingly becoming the greatest pawn in the world. And to anyone believing that Russia, or any other nation for that matter, would ever allow its elite intelligence agency computer experts to leave the Federation and then be captured by a hostile foreign power, especially one that hacked into a U.S. election under orders from President Putin, this report concludes, one must surely believe in fairy tales too, like Director Comey and his deep state's entire Russia hysteria war against President Trump actually is.